Ladies and gentlemen, as the subject of today's talk is a metaphor, I shall begin by a metaphor. That every word is a dead metaphor. This statement is, of course, a metaphor. And yet I think that we all feel the difference between dead and living metaphor. In fact, if we go in for abstract thinking, we have to forget that words were metaphors. So what is important about the metaphor, I should say, is the fact of its being felt by the reader or the hearer as a metaphor. Let us take the idea of time flowing even as a river does. And the first example comes out of a poem, The Time Flowing in the Middle of the Night, because all things are silent, men are sleeping, and yet time is flowing noiselessly on. And then we have, of course, that famous sentence of a Greek philosopher about no man steps down twice to the same river. And here we have a beginning of terror, because at first we think of the river as flowing on. The drops of water are different. And then we are made to feel that we are the river, that we are as fugitive as the river.
In India, nearly every Hindu funeral takes the form of a cremation. And in Varanasi, on the banks of the sacred river Ganges, the funeral pyres have been burning continuously for over 2,000 years. There is no more auspicious place to mark the ending of one life and the beginning of another.
Namaste, Namaste, India, massive.
Your attention, please. You need some banana. We have a special banana from Varanasi. Because Varanasi is the city of Shiva. They have very Shiva good banana. Why every people have to die? Because who the people they come, they have to go. This is the reality of life. But one thing is true in the life. You know, when the children born, his mother make a big party. And you know, second party when you go to die. This party, if you remember, always remember everything. Rest of middle, what you make party, this is the fun. Real party, when you born and when you go to die. This is the all of life, reality.
Not taking photograph here.
Varanasi, it is said that it is the center of the world, and it is also said the center of the universal, and it is the city made by the god Shiva, and those who want to come, they want to die here in Varanasi. What exactly the basic point is to come is only death, as this city is known as the city of death. That is the basic point of this city. Kashi, Varanasi, Banaras, Avimukteshwara, Aksharvan, Muktidham.
Any dead body they coming here, many dead body coming. Same like snake bite, poison drink, many dead body. So coming here, so who the coming dead body families they thinking. Last time I meet who the dead body. So is a picture catch. The picture man, he catch the picture. Yeah, he catch the picture and selling here.
मोबाइल नंबर मोबाइल नंबर इंद्र कुमार झा। नाम सत्य है। फोटो ले देते हो।
That board is Shankar Studio, is his shop name, and there 24-hour service possible. So this temple is very old temple and very famous temple. And this is Kali temple, the Shiva wife. When Shiva wife become angry, then she take the face of Kali. We are Mother God is Kalima. Very danger. This face, this power, they coming because time, and just like full power that time. They cut around everywhere, just walking, cut, walking, cut, walking, cut. They many hit. Many people they die that time. They cut hand, head. They take it the head necklace. 108 head. They joined them. Take it necklace. Kalima. It's all about time, man. It's all about time. It's all about time. It's all about time. It's all about time. It's all about time.
Kali is the Hindu goddess associated with power or Shakti. The name Kali comes from Kala, which means black, time, death, lord of death, or Shiva. Kali means the black one. Since Shiva is called Kala or the eternal time, Kali his consort also means time or death, as in the time has come. Hence Kali is considered the goddess of time and change. Although sometimes presented as dark and violent, her earliest incarnation as a figure of annihilation still has some influence. Various Shakta Hindu cosmologies as well as Shakta Tantric beliefs worship her as the ultimate reality or Brahman. Comparatively recent devotional movements largely conceive Kali as a benevolent mother goddess. The figure of Kali conveys death, destruction and the consuming aspects of reality. As such, she is also a forbidden thing or even death itself. Kali's most common four-armed iconographic image shows each hand carrying variously a sword, a trishul, a severed head and a bowl or skull cup catching the blood of the severed head. Two of these hands, usually the left, are holding a sword and a severed head. The sword dignifies divine knowledge and the human head signifies human ego, which must be slain by divine knowledge in order to attain moksha. The other two hands, usually the right, are in the Abhaya, fearlessness, and Varada, blessing mudras, which means her initiated devotees or anyone worshipping her with a true heart will be saved, as she will guide them here and in the hereafter. She has a garland consisting of human heads. She is often depicted naked, which symbolizes her being beyond the covering of Maya, since she is pure Nirguna, being consciousness, bliss and far above Prakriti. She is shown as very dark, as she is Brahman in its supreme unmanifest state.
O Kali, thou art fond of cremation grounds, so I have turned my heart into one, that thou, a resident of cremation grounds, may dance there unceasingly. O Mother, I have no other fond desire in my heart. Fire of a funeral pyre is burning there. O Mother, I have preserved the ashes of dead bodies all around that thou may come. O Mother, keeping Shiva, the conqueror of death, under thy feet, come dancing to the tune of music.
हाँ एल.आई.सी में काम करता है। डेथ जो है ना यादाश्त के लिए रखा जाता है। यादाश्त के लिए कि परिवार छोटे छोटे जो बच्चे परिवार में होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं, इसका फोटो देखेंगे तो माल्यार्पण अर्पण करते हैं। कोई अगरबत्ती धूप अगरबत्ती जलाता है।
A stone I died, and rose again a plant. A plant I died, and rose an animal. I died an animal, and I was born a woman. What should I fear? What have I lost by death?
Maya, that word from Indian philosophy which generally has the meaning of illusion. Now, I think one of the conventions by which we tend to be fooled more than almost any other is time. We are living for an abstraction, and we don't know what really is. And in this sense, we are hooked, taken in by a Maya. But have you ever stopped to think? Now you know, in Indian thought, for the Hindu doesn't think of time in quite the same way that we do. Obviously, we think of time as linear, day after day after day after day, going along in a line. But that's not the fundamental idea of time for almost any people in the world outside of Western civilization. In nearly every other part of the world, time is thought of as a circle. But the Hindus not only think of time as cycling, but in the general Hindu view, in every cycle of time, things tend on the whole to get worse and worse.
Kashi, the luminous, the city of light, is the pious Hindus' name of Banaras, now officially called as Varanasi. Welcome. Kashi is as old as time itself. As a site of cosmic creation, it is the place where time itself began. As cosmogony is here a ceaselessly repeated event, its present time is also the primordial time of origins. With the eyes to see both that Kashi is the origin point and the microcosm of the universe. The keystone of this symbolic recreation, I argue, is death as a symbol of cosmic regeneration. It is the city's association with death which gives it immunity against the degenerative flow of durational time and renews its capacity to encompass the rest of creation. Many ghats themselves are important places of pilgrimage, none more so than the Manikarnika Ghat.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I was standing right beside you, and it looked that everyone was having fun. The kind of feeling I waited so long. Don't stop. I don't know what to do about this dream and you. This dream was told you once, would I say it again? Would you get in the flesh? Go get me up the end.
While in India, it's like the cremation site is generally outside the city, but in Varanasi, it's the focal point, it's the center. And the way Hindus see it is, it's the center, the cremation site of Manikarnika Ghat, it's the center of the entire universe. Manikarnika then is the place where genesis of universe takes place at the beginning of time. And it's also the place where crops of creation will burn at the end of time, which is Pralay, the cosmic dissolution. If we see it from other perspective, we can see that these events, these cosmic events of creation and destruction, of genesis and dissolution, belong to an eternal present. And this motion is reactualized on the Ghat perpetually. So it's like at Manikarnika Ghat, through the stream of cremations which happen at the Ghat, this process of creation and destruction is kept in perpetual motion, which is a very amazing thing. So Kashi itself, it's not only the microcosm of the universe, it's actually the macrocosm of the body. So if we equate the two, the body and the cosmos, we have this thing like, since both are governed by the same laws, everything that exists in the one must also exist in the other. Pralay, the cosmic dissolution, is not just the end of time, end of the universe, it's actually a new beginning. It's actually it's prelude to a new world. And it's, in a way, renewal of time. Similarly, the cremation is not just the destruction of the diseased body, it's actually the process, the regeneration through which he is reborn. And since body and the cosmos are equal, since body is the cosmos, the last rites become the process of destruction and the rejuvenation of the universe. So every individual death is the assimilation of the process of cosmic regeneration.
I have often puzzled and puzzled about what it must be like not being. That's such a curious thought. That make us puzzle profoundly about our existence. But in the Eastern world, there are different ideas of this. The major Eastern idea is what is generally known as reincarnation, of going through life after life after life in an endless series of the wheel of stages of existence through which beings pass in a deeper way. Is because there is no everlasting state. The impermanence clutches the whole thing. And the idea is, you see, that the point that has to be remembered is that you can never stop anywhere. One goes on and on, showing the pain involved in the perception of the world. Now, what I want you to notice particularly about this is Hindus believe that life and death involve each other. So in this way, living involves dying, birth and death go together, and they are inseparable, representing death and suffering and its attendant grief, ending in the potentiality of life, and then consciousness. All these things are looked upon as linked and therefore inseparable. And so, speaking from the standpoint of Indian philosophy, of the basic idea of this link is so that death and life, as I said, imply each other. To be or not to be is not the question. These are not alternatives. The solution which Indian philosophy offers on the matter of the problem of death. The individual, as it were, entity is constantly changing, and it's all embraced by that figure you saw of impermanence. But you know, as this idea is held by deeply thoughtful Hindus, think of it in this way. The deep insight underlying this is that change is a liberating factor. Death is a liberating factor. And therefore that change is really a disguise of the very source of life, the death without which life is impossible. In other words, if you die, death is not the end of consciousness. Impermanence is beneficent. And there is no escape. It goes on and on and on and on. So long as there is consciousness anywhere, there is I.
Boom. When people coming in earth when born, that time only speak only one word. That time child have nothing. Only speak one thing, Ma. Ma is my mother, your mother, every people mother is Ma.
Very good song, no?
Fuck you! And you know, second party when you go to die.
Basically, the basic point is to come is only death.
Oh Kali, thou art fond of cremation grounds. So I have turned my heart into one, that thou may dance around ceasingly. Oh mother, I have no other fond desire in my heart. Fire of a funeral pyre is burning them.
It's all about time, man. It's all about time.
all about the time. To be or not to be is not the question.
Don't stop, come a little closer, and he jumped, the rhythm gets stronger, and the butt, little fun.
It's all about the time, man. It's all about the time.
The blessing we are sit here, we are talking, we are happy, we are everything. Thank you. Enjoy every time. Thank you.
Why should anybody buy this? Why people buy this book? I never buy this book. Never. I never buy this book. Man is really going very stupid.